I took my first flight and I had no choice. Earlier this month, I had to take a trip for work, which involves taking my very first flight. Our flight was supposed to leave on Monday, the 9th at 8:30 in the morning. And then at 6, I got a notification that it was delayed until 2:45 or 2 something. Usually, no big deal. You just wait until your flight. But we had a time slot for filming from 6 to 8 in Louisville. It's only an hour and a half flight. So taking off at 2:30 and landing at 5 wasn't gonna fly.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
So we had to cancel that flight and then book the next available one, which one was at 9. It was gonna work out perfect, but there were 3 of us going on that Monday morning, and there's only 2 seats left available on the 9 a.m. flight. And I did not get one of those seats. So I had to book the next available flight, which was at 12:40. And I have never been in an airport before, so I didn't know what to expect, but it was pretty easy getting through security. I did like the pre-check on my phone and everything, or the check-in, so that was pretty easy. And then I just sat around until the plane. I had to pee a lot because I was really nervous. I didn't internally start freaking out until we were boarding, and then we got in our seats, and I blasted music through my AirPods, so I didn't have to hear the engine. And I was towards the back of the plane, so I heard pretty much everything. I was pretty anxious sitting on the plane, because it's unknown to you. You're flying at 500 miles per hour at 30,000 feet in the air. It's kind of scary, saying it for the first time or thinking about it. But here I am. I am alive and well. Maybe not well, but I'm alive. It did take me a while to open up the window because I had it closed during the whole takeoff and everything. So it took me a while to open it up and actually look down and see land and see what we're flying over. But I landed and then Ubered to the hotel, and once we got there, I had to check in and just drop all my stuff off in my room. And then we were filming in the Louisville Slugger Museum. So after I dropped all my stuff off in the hotel, we took an Uber to the museum, and then we set up all of the camera stuff. And we were only there for 6 to 8, so it wasn't that bad. And then after our interviews were over, we took down everything, we just got everything packed up, and then we had the rest of the night was our time. So we got a tour, not really a tour, but we got to walk around the Louisville Slugger Museum, which was pretty cool. I was able to hold a game-used Babe Ruth bat, and then I also got to hold Hank Aaron's game-used bat. They had a whole wall of game-used bats by current and former MLB players who had sponsorships or deals with Louisville. Just to name a few, they had Rickey Henderson's, Derek Jeter's, Willie Mays, Cody Bellinger's, Christian Yelich. Then I got to see Jackie Robinson's game-used bat. I couldn't hold it because it was behind a case, but that one was pretty cool. Also saw another Babe Ruth bat that was broken, he cracked it. And there was a bunch of displays of old legends like Lou Gehrig and Shoeless Joe Jackson. The rest of the week was, I don't want to say boring, but we were stuck in a hotel room, hotel conference room, doing interviews. But those were over kind of quick, and then we had the rest of the day to explore, but I had to edit some of the videos down, so we did explore downtown a little bit. I got to see the Ohio River, which was nice, I guess. I don't know, it's the Ohio River. We walked through, I think 4th Street it was called. They had a bunch of restaurants, and they kind of shut down the street. You couldn't really drive through it. And then they had a stage in the middle of the street that bands could play on, but there was no live bands going on while we were there because it was a Monday through Thursday. And then that was about it. I just walked around a lot and took some photos on my phone. After our last day on site on Wednesday, our little crew, which was only 4 of us because it was a pretty small show, we all went out to eat, and we went to Pizza Lupo. And if you're ever in Louisville, that place is like makes the best pizza that I've ever had. They made wood fire sourdough pizza, and we got a regular margarita pizza, and the other one that we got was Sting Like a Bee, which was just basically a pepperoni pizza with hot honey and like fresh basil, and then they finish all of their pizza with extra virgin olive oil. And holy fuck, were those good! That was a really nice way to end the trip. On our flight back, though, I remember seeing stuff about trading cards from pilots. So I asked the flight attendant if I could get a trading card, and then she went up and asked the pilot, and as I was exiting the plane, she remembered who I was, and then she handed me this sick trading card. I'll have to, every flight that I go on, I'll have to collect these. They're pretty sick, Overall, it was a good first on-site work experience. It wasn't that big of a show, like I said, so it was pretty easy, pretty straightforward, not that demanding. Flying isn't all that bad. It's actually kind of fun. Besides security, that's kind of a pain in the ass to get through, especially Louisville's for some reason. I may never go back to Louisville. I probably won't, but at least I have a magnet to remember it.